All right, let's do the thing, man. Hold up. A Looch 412 minute, boys, on today's episode, the 5th now. And to wrap up Canada Week, we have my man Looch412, one of my top available Canadians. I know I keep saying that, but they keep proving me right. And one of the most handsome of all. Looch, what's good, brother?
Not much, man. Thank you for having me. I'd like to say that the Canada Week, I have big shoes to fill.
You do, man.
Big shoes today. Murphy D and Adam, they killed it.
I think they knocked it out of the park. And you're like, you got to bring it home. You know what I mean? You got to like turn the corner and you really got to crush this thing.
I'm ready.
I think you're the man for the job, though, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Good.
All right, Lou. So are you off? You on an off day? What you got going on today?
Yeah. So usually for Canada Day, if it falls on, let's just say a Wednesday, you get the Wednesday off. You got to go back to work. But my work gave me the option to, instead of taking Thursday off and going back to work Friday, just did a flip-flop. So
okay,
I went to work on Canada Day and I got today off. So get a little bit of a long weekend. No one wants to go to work Thursday, and no one wants to stay home Thursday and go to work Friday.
And no. Adam was saying that the Canada Day was feeling like a little unique, like maybe a little bit strange for this year. Did you experience that also? Is it feeling a little weird?
There's a lot of stuff going on with. I know he explained it, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but yeah, it's a little bit down this year, but you know, we just, especially even with COVID too, like we've been locked down for, this is like a year and a half now too.
And it keeps coming up, man. The Canadian lockdown seems like it's just totally different than the American version of the lockdown, like to a totally different degree. Like so like your gatherings were limited. Like this was a much more serious thing up there, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. It's gotten to the point where they made us nervous if we even had to go out with like 5 people. It's like, oh, limit 5 people. You know, they're giving out tickets left, right, and center. Like, it's just like, even if I want to go have a drink with the guys or whatever, it's like you got to be on red alert that no one sees you. It's a different beast up here. But I've been trying to go away for a year now, just because I want to. You know, sometimes you need a weekend away, a week. To chill, whatever. But we can't go anywhere. I had to miss a wedding, one of my friends' weddings in the U.S. because
dang, man, because I don't know if y'all will ever let Americans back up in there. Like from this point on, honestly, I don't know.
But do you know that when you come back, what you have to do? Do you know the rules here?
No.
Okay, so you have to if you're. I mean, I don't know about the new rules now, but if you travel, if I were to come to New Jersey and I came back. I have to stay in a hotel of their choice, not mine, their choice for 3 days, and it costs you about $2,000. It's to try to basically get people to not travel. Like that's your punishment.
And that's exactly what that is, a punishment. Yeah, so they pick the hotel that you stay in.
They pick it all, and you
just pay up for it.
Yeah, and if you decide to cross the border. And you say, screw it, I'm not staying at this hotel, you get fined $5,000. So you gotta stay.
Oh my God, bro.
So your $1,500 all-inclusive vacation turns into
a $7,000. Yeah, dude, you're super screwed. Yeah. That's nuts. Is it lightening up at all, or is it still like pretty well?
I think in like a few days they're light for Canada. Like we can have 10 people, you know what I mean? But it's like it's still wild. Like it's been a crazy year. Like even just to hang out with friends, like even to do what you guys do. You know how you had like a housewarming party and stuff like that. Like that doesn't fly up in the Canadians over here.
Right. Yeah, I think for a while it like would have been touch and go. Like we get some side eyes, but like now I was telling Adam yesterday we can go into places without masks and we're kind of just functioning as we normally would, which is kind of nice. And I'm gonna want to I want to ask a little bit about when COVID hit. Like what it meant to you and like how it changed your life and your schedule and stuff. Yeah. But one of the first questions I've been enjoying learning from you Canadians is how you guys each kind of like stumble, because we all met in Madden and I want to learn more than just that. But how did you like stumble across football as a sport in the first place? And were you an athlete as a kid? Like, did you find this late? Because I know I had no idea until I spoke to Murphy D that Canadian rules football is such a freaking disaster.
Canadian football, throw it in the garbage. It's awful.
Luch is out for that? So you're more American football?
100%. I hate Canadian football.
So when did you find American football? Because it seems like it's not like maybe as readily available in some places in Canada. So like, what was your first experiences with football?
Yeah, so my dad was always a huge fan. So I grew up like he was a huge Cowboys fan. So it kind of just, oh yeah, that's a rule. When you're Canadian, you have to have two things. You have to be a Cowboys fan, and you have to own a cottage. It's just
the cottage, and we're gonna ask about the cottage too. That's why I had to wear the Saquon jersey, because I'm like, I can't have Up and Adam and then Luch on back-to-back days. Exactly. I'm like, I can't have these folks thinking that I'm all of a sudden, you know, a Cowboys sympathizer. So your father also then was a Cowboys fan?
Yeah, so he was a big fan. So he never watched Canadian football either. Canadian football, there's 3 downs. The running back, basically just throw them out the window. They're useless. These guys are just chucking it up. The end zones are 20 yards. You can run, people are running streaks from the 1, like from the goal, like basically.
And they got room. They got room to score.
Yeah, they got lots of room. Yeah,
that's nuts.
So Canadian football is I'm not a fan. But in terms of football, my dad was always a big football guy. So I watched football since 5 years old, whatever.
Okay, so since you were a young gun, did you play it any yourself, or were you an athlete as a kid?
Yeah, actually, football. No, Canada. We're the school that I went to. It's not really big in football. We didn't really play much, but I was actually big in soccer, hockey, and basketball.
Okay,
like I played college or university, all sports.
I like that you said college. So, you know that there's more Americans in here than
I got to cater to the audience here. So
good work.
I did basketball. I was actually, my best sport was soccer. So in Canada, it starts like house league is your bottom league, like recreational leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes a league called select, then rep, then premier, and then like I don't know if you're familiar with like soccer leagues, but like the MLS here, which is the league, it's just like that's where it is. And I was a league under it.
No kidding.
I was pretty like not to toot my own horn here, but that was my sport. Soccer.
That's the point here. No, the point here is to toot your own horn. How tall are you, Luch?
6 feet.
6 feet, and so very competitive at soccer. That was your game.
So that was my thing, and it got to the point though that it took over my life in a sense that it was soccer 24/7. But I love all sports. Like I would play tennis, badminton. You pick it. I play it all. But
sure.
I kind of shifted my focus because at a certain point, like I'm not going all the way. So let's kind of just 15, 16, let's scale it back a little bit and let's play all different sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was kind of my football experience too. Like it gets to a point where it's like, all right, like this probably isn't gonna like last forever. You know what I mean? Like let me make the best of like what I got left in the tank here, and then onward and upward to whatever you got up next.
Yeah. So I played pretty competitive hockey too, but when I was playing them both at the same time, it's just too much. Like 7 days a week, 3-4 hours a day, like it was just exhausting. So unfortunately, I would have probably kept going, but I had a really bad wrist injury.
What'd you do?
In hockey, I got hit from behind, and I tore a couple ligaments, and it's just been a disaster since. That was about 3 years ago, probably to this month. Yeah, I had a really bad wrist injury, and it kind of.
So you were playing as recently as 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How are we? Are we similar? I'm 31. Are we similar age?
I'm 26.
Okay. Yeah. You're yet a young gun, so you're like your early 20s, still out here playing hockey and whatnot.
Yeah. So I was still going, but then the injury I started coming back, and I was hesitant. I was basically hesitant to get into the corners because I was a defenseman in hockey.
Sure.
In basketball, like it just screwed up my jump shot. It was just it kind of just killed me a little bit. So it killed the flow. So I just kind of stopped. I know I just play casually with friends. Like I am not super, super competitive. Like I knew I wasn't going to get all the way there, but
sure.
I had fun in high school and college years. So
yeah. And once you get like that taste for competition, like you're always going to need like a little something to satisfy it. Like, from that point on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So did you wind up going to, you said you wind up going to university, right?
Yeah.
What for? I said, you saw how I said university too? Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Know your audience. Yeah.
But I went to university for finance. Like I took a bunch of business courses. So I graduated, I don't know how many years ago. Jeez, it's been God. Then now that the fact that I have to look at my calendar here is time flies. But
it sucks.
I don't know, 3-4 years ago, graduated, got a finance job and investments right out of school.
Okay.
And I just switched jobs about 3-4 months ago. It was just what I was doing was too much stress on me mentally. It was taking a toll on me. So
yeah, that was going to be my next question. Are you feeling happier, a little more fulfilled with what you're doing now as of recently?
I would say so. I don't think I'm, I don't know. I'm going through a little transitionary period for myself.
Sure.
So I'm not really sure, but what I'm doing right now, it's better. Yeah, because I was dealing with people's money, and during COVID and times like this, the stress was through the roof. I was up
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Not sleeping, and it wasn't, a little bit less. I had to take a little bit less money to step back a little bit and, focus on my health and myself first, but it's probably the right decision in the long run. Because
I'm a big proponent of looking out for yourselves. A minor, you can't even call it a step back, like a minor lateral step to set up a next move and feel better about what you're doing. I think that's a dub. I think we could also all probably sympathize with, like, there will be times like of flux that feel a little bit stressful, and while you're going through it, it's like it doesn't feel so nice. But like I'm hoping that I'm maybe on like a back end of like one of those same periods in my life, and all's well that ends well type of deal. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
And better is certainly a good place to start with. So that's good news. Good, Luke.
Totally,
boy.
One day at a
all right,
time.
So Madden. We met. Well, hold on a sec. We gotta let me go even for before we get to Madden. I met you in Madden, but I met you through Up and Adam. How long have you and Up and Adam been friends for?
So I actually met him. His brother is actually one of my good friends. So we went to college together. We went. So we had 4 years together there.
University of Toronto?
No.
Wasn't that where he said he went?
No, I went to another school.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I actually don't remember. I don't remember where he went. But anyways, but yeah, me and his brother were good friends. So I met Adam me and his brother are big football guys. So every Sunday we get together, go to the bar, watch a football game, whatever.
Nice.
So then we started going to his house, and then that's where I met Adam, and we watch games. But yeah, it's
both shitty Cowboys fans, so you connected on that too.
We both cry our pains every Sunday and go watch our teams go 8-8 every year.
It's great, man. I can sympathize with that. Other than those couple Super Bowls we had in there. Yeah. Other than that, though, it's been a whole lot of mediocrity. So just met him through his brother, his younger brother, I guess, was your friend.
And we connected ever since. And then to get into the Twitch scene, I was very hesitant because I don't know. I'm not a super confident person. Like, I didn't think I was, I was always camera shy. Like, I wasn't out there. Like, I'm not a center of attention kind of guy. I'm just kind of a humble, do what I got to do every day. And, just, I'm kind of just to myself a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
And he was telling me about this world because actually, fun fact, 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I streamed FIFA, like, just casually. Because I was really good at it, like really, really good at it, like top 100, like playing in tournaments like that.
Oh wow!
Like I was pretty competitive at that. So
was it Twitch at the time that you were streaming on?
Yeah, it was me and a friend though. We split together because it was like casually after school, just boot up a stream, have 3 people in there and just
right. Still fun though.
Yeah, it was honestly we did it like I didn't really use Twitter, so it was kind of just whatever. If somebody showed up, so I said hi, and that's it, kind of thing. But yeah, I did that about 5 years ago, and I've always loved it. Like it's always been fun, but I just never took the step because I never wanted to like invest in myself because it comes from a lack of confidence. But I didn't want to buy the equipment. I was just unsure. That's why I started off on the PS4. I know we had a pretty similar journey in the start.
Sure did. Yeah.
I didn't want to buy a PC, it gets a little pricey. So I didn't want to do any of that stuff. But yeah, I streamed whatever. And then Adam actually introduced me to the community in the CFM because when you hosted yours.
Right.
He said
because that was when we first met, right? Was not like the one that Adam and I played in this wait. There was a very first league that Adam and I was in, and then when I did the one in Draftgate when I simmed the draft. Yeah, that's the first one that you were in on, right?
Yes.
And I think that's when you and I met.
Yes, yeah, because he started streaming his games, and you started streaming your games. I know Murphy started streaming your games. So I had another Twitch account that I was, you know what? I think I have an extra like 2 month sub to your channel, but on another account or whatever.
Oh,
just because I just switched it. But I was watching you guys for a little while, and then Adam's like, just try, whatever, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I had a PS4 camera, I booted up, and obviously a few people here and there came to watch the games, and then make connections through CFM. But honestly, the CFM is what got me into streaming.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like that is like a common story for a whole lot of us that were involved in that first CFM, man.
Yeah, it was fun because we were all friends. Like, you were just meeting each other, play the game, talk to your like, it wasn't super competitive. I could have got flooded 50-0. It didn't matter. I was still gonna go through my day. You know what I mean?
I remember Luch actually flooding me that year in one of those games, like 34 to like way less than that. I got mopped, and you ran the ball all over me too. I was disgusted, dude.
Yeah, Adam it was like, okay, he runs, and I had Saquon actually. I remember.
Saquon went for like 300 yards or something nuts. I couldn't touch him.
He's like, you run the ball, he run the ball, and just make it a tote off and see what happens and pray at the end.
And that's exactly what happened, man. I wound up having to take the L there. So kind of similar origin story from a few of us, like kind of born out of that first CFM. It was right around when, I think, in this way, COVID helped to bring us together, because it was also, we were all, had this extra time, and we were, playing the game maybe a little more anyway. But like in your story and how things went for you, how did COVID change like your life? Like, what did it take things from and to? Did you go from in-person to remote? I know you wound up, you've changed jobs since then, but like how did COVID rolling out change the landscape of like what you were doing day to day and like change your life?
Sure, yeah. So I was working downtown Toronto, like commuting every day, about an hour there, an hour back. So it was kind of a commute, but there's tough. A lot of opportunity downtown. I'm not a city guy, like big New York City. Like I'm in the suburbs, like far away, like an hour and a half away. So I was commuting every day downtown. Then all of a sudden, life kind of got put on pause. Stay at home. I was working from home 5 days a week. So that's the reason I got into Twitch, because I had the time. Like, I was working, quote unquote, 8 hours a day, 3 hours watching you guys in the morning. Right.
An hour on lunch, an hour of emails, and then, staring at my computer for another 2.
Yeah, then packing it up. It was one of those. So it was, it was, I really, really got into Twitch and started watching it like crazy from, you. I remember Silent Ninja. I never missed any of your guys' stuff. Murphy, Adam, like every morning it was like I had my routine. Like I knew I was the start of my work day, and I'll do work in the afternoon. So right. It changed my work. It changed, I started having more of a presence online, in a sense that, I made my Twitter accounts, I made my Twitch accounts, and kind of just to get my feet wet a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Because why not at that point? I mean, we got nothing to lose.
I really like, in the investment and the finance side, like it was dead from like May, when I started in May or June, for about 3 months. Like it was just a ghost town. It was a graveyard. So it was
in finance, because I mean nobody's got any fucking money anymore. Nobody's got any money coming in. Like,
everybody lost it, and nobody was working. So I was kind of like, okay, I got to do something to pass the time, because I was just bored. Like, not that listen, I do this as a hobby. Like, it's just not I've had to cut days significantly, but I love to do this. So I said, why not? Let's start this up. Adam, helped me set up the Streamlabs or whatever I was using at the time. And he said, just give it a shot. I just, I thought streaming was, streaming probably got me through a really like low time, because, work was dead. I couldn't see any of my friends. Like, it was just, it was super strict here, but I couldn't see any of my friends. I'm a big, like, hanging out with my friends Friday, Saturday, just, go for, even if it's just for a walk, whatever, just go for a coffee.
So the isolation was hitting, like the isolation was hurting a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal. So I tried to, change up my hobbies every day. I got a new dog during the time. I had to occupy myself, because I was going a little stir crazy. So I just said, okay, let's occupy ourselves with, a a dog. Let's start streaming. Let's, watch
some
people on
happy,
Twitch or
productive
whatever.
distractions
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Yeah. And then, it came up to this great thing. It just, I honestly didn't, a lot of people have the cliche, I didn't expect it to get to where I am, but based on my character, my personality, I genuinely didn't think I was going to get anywhere like
what do you mean?
Twitch,
What do you mean when you say that? Based on your character and your personality? Because here, just third party, like me outside looking in, like charismatic, good looking dude, friendly, like engaging, like a guy that you could that doesn't register for me. And you mentioned before, and we could get as deep or as shallow as you want to. So don't you don't need to disclose anything that you're not comfortable with. But you alluded to before, a way, and I can sympathize, with this, a lack of confidence in yourself, and it seems like you just alluded to that again. And that, like, with me looking at you from a third party, and again, we could bail on this immediately. That doesn't really compute with me. Like, what do you think is up with that? I think it sounds like you might be a little hard on yourself. Like, I think you're exactly the type of guy that could make this happen.
I think I definitely am. I think I set myself to maybe too high of a standard in a way, but okay. I think just my character, who I was growing up, like I grew up in an area where you have to fight for attention. Like everybody wants a spotlight on them. It was a very, diva-ish area, if I may say. So, but I was the opposite. Like I wanted to, slide my way in there and get out of there as quick as possible. I'm just not the person, on the life of the party, like I was kind of just quiet. Like, I stuck to my 2-3 friends, whatever, just kind of low key. I wanted to stick like under the radar kind of thing.
So was it the idea that like you would have to be this kind of like diva over the top character to be successful on Twitch the way you were seeing it maybe?
Yeah, I think because a lot of people on Twitch, the people that I watch are very like, obviously I watch yourself. Some people I feel like they're just before they start, like from the first stream I saw yourself, you got like some people just got it. You have the it factor, you know what I mean? And I always struggled because I said, well, if I don't stick out or if I don't, fight to, I don't know. I thought to myself, like, maybe I don't have the it factor. I don't have the.
Do you still feel like that now? Like after, fast forward a little while, ways to where we sit today, is that still kind of something you feel?
I think some days. I wouldn't say all the time, not as much as I used to.
Sure.
I would say, the odd day here and there, I would say that I'm definitely harder on myself for sure. But I think a lot of it with my upbringings and, where I grew up and the people that I used to hang out with, and I kind of just dropped all of those people like totally. I just said, yeah, I'm not with you guys anymore. I moved farther away.
Not making me feel good about myself. Like this is not working for me.
Yeah, I found a new group, and I think they made me a lot happier. So they're more. They have similar characteristics. I felt like I was always trying to fit in with other people, but now I kind of fit in already with my new group kind of thing.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, which might not be all too much, like you just seem to fit in with, I don't know, every like the type of. You are like the type of guy that like I'm trying to like be around, associate with. Like I don't know, and I get what you're saying. That there's some degree of like maybe this like over the top showmanship that can definitely serve a streamer. I think I would like tend to agree with that, but I also think we can't really understate people's tendency to value like authenticity and being real, and like guys like you or I who can get on in front of 100 people and talk about the fact that we sympathize with each other on occasionally feeling a lack of confidence, or like maybe we're not that guy. Like I think that is like really, I mean, not to be too dramatic about it, but like I think that's like the star power. Like I think that's the star factor. So I'm glad to hear that maybe you're reconsidering that a little bit, because like I said, I understand that the doing a lot, obviously I tend to do a lot, but I don't know, man. I think you would be very much justified in giving yourself your due credit for what it's worth. A little brief aside.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm definitely improved or got better in that sense. But for me, it's, I enjoy what I do. I love Twitch. Like I'm obsessed with it. Like it's something that I wish I could do more.
For sure. Yeah, me too.
Unfortunately, in my situation, I gotta, step back a little, stream whenever I can, or whatever. But
yeah,
I was playing video games with Adam's younger brother. Like we would play, 2, 3 in the morning. We're playing our Madden squads. We're going at it. But to do this now and just meet new people and like that's just I like to hang with like-minded people. So,
sure.
Recently I went out with Murphy D. We're very similar and, just getting to know him over a year now. Like, with Adam and we've been out together. Just the fact that I made relationships and I know that if I were to leave Twitch tomorrow, like I made friends that I believe that would truly be there for me if I ever, needed them.
Right.
That's all I can really ask for because I kind of,
agreed.
It's the relationships and friendships you make here because, we don't know how long Twitch is going to last. Like, I don't see myself streaming till I'm 65 and retiring, you know what I mean? But
sure, of course, yeah.
However long this journey goes or however long I want it to go and keep going, like the fact that now I can say, I met hundreds of cool people and, if I have a bad day, I know that somebody will reach out to me and say, hey, what's up, man? Like, you want to chat? Like, that's just incredible in itself where I was, where I grew up, like, we didn't have that. Like, hey, how you doing today? Like, we didn't get that.
Right.
It was just not a conversation. Like, I could have threw my phone in a lake and nothing would have happened for a week. You know what I mean? It was
totally. And yeah, that's certainly, like you're saying, that's just not the case here. And I mean, for something, you can't call it fleeting. Like it's not fleeting, but for something that, isn't permanent, it's not forever. Folks will come and go. And, people that were installations in the first couple months of streams, you don't see very often. But like, if I know if I ever went to Ohio, I haven't seen, UC Superman in the stream in months. He's living his life. He had a daughter and like, life goes on. I still know that even from this like tiny Twitch experience that I would have, UC Superman, I would track down Coach Mutt. Like if I'm ever wind up in Canada, I got 3 guys that I could hit up now. Like if I'm ever in Cali, I'm going to tell you where's Taco 2 Kids and Silent Ninja and
exactly. See,
and I mean for this type of like remote type of entertainment, the fact that we can come away with like actual genuine interpersonal connections, man, that's like the best case scenario. And I think that's one of the best parts about like the commonality of this community that like we share so much of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because I go to Pittsburgh every year to like watch a football game and I'm a big like Pittsburgh Penguins hockey fan. So like even the fact that I can go anywhere in the US and I know like right when I was saying it on stream, I was like, I'm going to go to Pittsburgh. Our guy New Era was like, oh, I'm going to be there. Like, why don't we hang out? So I feel like even on any state,
and literally
I
anywhere,
can
bro.
find someone there. Like, I want to go to New York. I want to go to California. I can go anywhere. And there's at least one person there that's like, oh, why don't we hang? Even just Deekster, for example. He lives out east. Like I can get to Florida at the same time I can get to out east Canada where he is. And even he said, I was like, I was thinking of driving out east, whatever. He's like, oh, you got a place here? Like, let's hang out. I'm like, that's just crazy. Like I can go anywhere and there's someone that I met here.
And to think that this was really for so many of us born out of COVID and out of this need to like still interact with people. Cause like you were saying, like we're locked down now. You can't hang out with your buddies. You can't go out and do the things. And like we're as human beings, as social creatures, like we still need that interaction type of fulfillment. And it's like in the total absence of it, you know what I mean? Like as COVID came out and that is cleared off the board, like we double and triple down. And now we've made hundreds of friends in the face of, this thing that should have put us all in a cave and it didn't. And that's just remarkable.
I know. And I don't know how life would be if I didn't grasp onto Twitch and let this thing fly. I don't know.
It would look a little different, right?
Yeah, it would. I don't even know where I'd even be. Like, it's just crazy to think.
It is, yeah. All things are, I don't know, man. All things, I've said it before on stream.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. I'm not a religious man. I'm a spiritual man, and
I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
You just some things happen just exactly as they're supposed to, and you can't ask too many questions about it.
No,
but that's great stuff, man. So started, obviously, we met on this Twitch thing in the Madden directory, in the Madden community. What's your experience with, like, when did you start playing like Madden as a game? How long have you been in it?
I would say, let me think. I would say Madden 17, 18 was really, I played, like, I bought Madden, 13, 14, but it was like franchise mode. Like, I was one of those.
Yeah. You're setting the records for single game and season, and your defense doesn't give up a point the whole year. Yeah, I know exactly how it is.
For 10,000 yards. Like,
exactly. Right. Yeah.
So it was like that because I was more into the FIFA game, FIFA and NHL.
That's what you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, kind of my thing. And then I think Madden really, maybe 17, I would say 18 was the year where I really got into it, because that's when I was, playing squads, actually playing online and competing. But I would say Madden 18, then slowly, 19 I had to take a little bit of time off because I had 18 I had to take I had surgery. So I started halfway through 18 and then let it roll after that. And then
18, was that the wrist? Was that the wrist in 18?
Yeah,
okay.
Surgery was 18. And then that's when me, Adam, and his brother, like, we'd play squads, and then he started showing me how to, make coins and stuff like that. And then we started connecting, like, through that. But it was, that's my Madden journey. It's not too long. I'm not a Madden homer from, like, Madden 2000, but
and FIFA was longer than that. Were you gaming like before that? Otherwise, like, I'm a little older than you, so the first game system I owned was the Sega Genesis, and Sonic the Hedgehog was my guy. I had all the Sonics. That was what got that. The hook. Then the hooks were in. What's your early video game experience? Like, what path did you walk? Tell me about systems. What did you play first? What do you like?
I was an Xbox guy, actually, until about 2 years ago. I was full Xbox, the original Xbox, and a PS1. Those were my first, systems that I kind of rocked. I was kind of late to the party, though, for video games, because I think I always got caught up in sports. Not that I didn't have time, but I just
That's a good thing, though. It's better to be caught up in sports and video games. I went the other. I was the other way. I had a little pork roll there.
So I was, I was into I think I started a little later, picked myself up an Xbox, and I started, the Assassin's Creeds, the Heroes, like that kind of stuff. And then I always played Call of Duty. And then I started getting to the sports world, and then I rolled with Xbox. I think I just got a PS4 when, I was kind of transitioning, friend groups and whatever. And my new friend group had a PS4, and I was the only one that had an Xbox. And I was like, all right, we're selling this bad boy, and we're getting a PS4 because
nice.
I need friends to play with. So
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's still PlayStation for life. Even though I got this silly looking Xbox next to me, it's still PlayStation tilted sideways.
So you just gotta. You have both next gen consoles.
Yeah, we got both of them now. I figured just because, like, we're on, like, the beginning end of a whole nother console generation, and like you said, it might not be forever, but if I'm going to be doing any streaming, like, over these next year or years, whatever the case may be, like, I just felt like I wanted both. Are you trying to get one or both? Do you have either of them?
I actually just secured a PS5 last week.
Did you really?
Yeah, in Canada, it's like finding a diamond.
I bet, dude.
Impossible. I was trying for like 5 months. I was following every drop of PS5 there is. Like, I went for a month. I was like, I'm getting this bad boy. Like, we're gonna go crazy and get it, because
I'm following all the accounts. All them noties are on. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm locked in. Let's get it.
Yeah. So, last week, one of my friends. One of my cousins works at Best Buy, and normally they don't do in-person sales here. Like, I cannot go buy an Xbox or PS4 or PS5 or Xbox in stores here. It's only online.
Okay.
You cannot.
Okay, that makes sense.
I know a couple.
Can you like shop in Best Buy? Like when you went to when you go to pick it, you can't.
No,
okay, that's different. That's different. You can shop now, but I had to get mine online, and they sent it to the store, and then I went to pick it up. But like you could just walk in there and like shop now. Also, not the case.
Yeah, we honestly, up until about 3 days, I think they just opened up stores at 25% capacity, like yesterday, or no, 2 days ago.
Nuts.
Yeah, so
that's actually nuts.
To get one of these, it's the bots online. Like, you cannot get one of these, and then one of my cousins worked at Best Buy, and I was like, all right, you gotta hide one in the back a little bit. I'll give you a little bit of cash, and let's work this thing out.
Yeah.
And finally he got me one, and we're good. Now we're rocking and rolling now, because I didn't want to miss out on the next gen, for Madden 22, because I feel like it's gonna be the wave now. I didn't want to miss out on that opportunity, so I put my foot down a little bit, and I had to get this bad boy.
Do you have it in your possession yet? Did you go disc or no disc?
They only had disc, so I got
okay.
I don't want it, but it was what I had to do. It was
I went disc too. If I ever want to buy a used game, I at least wanted to be able to do that. And
at least you have the functionality now, but
exactly.
I don't own a single disc. Like, I'm digital.
I don't remember the last time I've used a disc. Then that made me feel stupid. Like, after I already made the call, I was like, well, when's the last time you actually used a disc? And I'm like, well, it's been a couple of years. Conversations I had with myself,
Yeah, I got no discs for me, but I finally got it. You know what though? I've been so busy, I haven't even set it up yet. Like, I'm still on my PS4 right now. I got no time. Like this,
bro.
I was even talking about it the other day. Like, I guess with my new job in a sense, and just outside factors, like, I had a couple family members, I had a couple surgeries, grandmother's not well, like here and there, like just outside stuff that I'm pretty sure I picked it up last week. I plugged it into my other TV because I think you have to do some sort of transfer, like PS4 to PS5. Right,
whatever. Like some data work or something like this.
And I did that, and it's I haven't touched my PS5 like at all. Like,
that's got to be. I don't know, dude. The Xbox. When I picked up the Xbox, came back from Best Buy, pulled in my driveway, and I looked at my lawn, and it's getting overrun by these dandelion boys. I'm looking at this thing like, motherfucker, I have to mow this lawn before I get in there and open the thing up. And for the couple hours that I had to mow the lawn, like do some other stuff, and for those couple hours, it was burning a hole in my brain. I was like, bro, I just need to plug this thing in. I need to know what's going on. You must be going crazy.
No, it's there, but like after work, like, I think just 2 days ago, I was just saying, like, I haven't been home for more than like 5 minutes. Like, I don't even have.
So it's really been that much go for you?
Yeah, just this past week. Like,
okay,
it's like the PS5 gods knew. As soon as I picked that bad boy up, they're like, well, we're gonna flood you with whatever life's got to handle for us.
You're not gonna be able to play this for quite a while. I just gotta let you know, Luch.
Yeah, so I haven't, but I'm gonna this weekend. It's time now. Now we gotta set this up. I want to play some next gen weekend league because I heard this. I know Adam almost got top 100, and I was like,
if you get 16 wins, you're pretty much guaranteed top 100 at this point in the year.
Oh yeah,
15 I think got it last week too. So it's like
I wanted for the clickbait. Just like, look, now I'm a top 100 guy in July.
Still counts, man. I don't care. July what? It still counts.
Put it on the resume. I'll take it.
All right, so it sounds like you're leaning. You're ready for next gen. You got your PS5 next gen for Madden 22. Are there any? We just learned earlier in the chat today. I don't know if you saw that the home field advantage, and I assume the momentum thing is not actually going to be in head to head nor weekend league, which is brand new. My question was going to be like, what are you excited about? What are you worried about? But now I'm also kind of curious, what you think about that move. What are you excited for, bro? We got 22 on the horizon here.
I'm excited. I like new, refreshing, exciting. Like, I get caught up in the momentum early, and that's probably why I had about a 3-week period where I kind of just dropped Madden in general because I grinded way too like a silly amount, and I was burnt out. I was like, this is I'm the first person to say I never stream what I don't enjoy. Like, I'm not a. I got my viewer count off. I don't care what it's at. I'm going to stream what I like.
Good work, yeah. It's good stuff.
That's just how I rock and roll. So, I'm excited for the grind again because it's one of those things, like, when you're in it, it's exhausting, but when you're out of it, you miss it. It's
fun, yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, even just when I getting this Xbox and, booting the team up for the first time and you see the 71 overall, with your Lamar MVP thing. And it's it throws you back to the beginning of the year and that's exciting, man. The team building, especially early, that's like some of the most appealing, parts of MUT to me, I think,
that's my favorite part. I'm ready because it's about a month and a half left,
something like that. We
get the new game, something like that.
40 some days.
So I'm ready for the new adventure. Like, I wanted to take my content in a way a little bit, like, because I knew that I was on Twitch 6 days a week before. I had to cut down to about 4 days a week. 4 on a good day, 3 on a bad week. But so then I'm trying to focus on, my YouTube and trying to post a couple TikToks here and there just to get my name out there a little, a little bit more, just
sure.
Because even on Twitch itself, I was watching a lot of people saying that to grow just on Twitch, like it definitely is tough because unless you're on a lot, which I wasn't, it's kind of hard to get, your name out there a little bit. So I'm trying to just expand to, different platforms. And, I gotta, because of my lack of time and, going through VODs and putting YouTube videos together for 22, I have someone editing my videos. So I'm just going to crank them out and and then just get into the content early, because it's the first month of Madden. I don't care what anybody says. It's the funnest time of the year. Like,
agreed. Yeah, for sure.
It's just way too much fun. There's always something to do, like the coins and the building the team, because you're building your team from, like, there's every new card is something that you can put on your team. It's not like now, they release a 99, half the people don't even want it.
Right.
But, a new 87, you're out here crying, like, oh, I need my 87 with 90 speed. Like,
ripping ghetto players to generate a couple coins. Like, you know what I mean? Build some 50 guys.
It's fun. It's I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I think I wanted to take, well, if we can, take about a week off, just, reset and get ready for the grind if we can in a little bit. But trying to go like late July, early August, so we can, relax and get going in 22, because I'm ready.
So we should be on the lookout then. So we got you've secured an editor, so the YouTube content will keep coming out. You mentioned TikTok. We can also catch up with you on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, beautiful.
Once I plan on, when I get to 22, like one a day, because I know that platform is a little bit different, because you have to be consistent. Like you got to crank up. Like there's some videos that people have that like 100 views, and the next one has 300,000, and the next one has 300. It's like,
I can't figure it out, bro. I posted one that I thought was like pretty good. I don't know, like just like some highlight from stream or whatever. Posted one that was pretty good, and go back to it in the morning, 11 views on a TikTok, which is like that thing never fucking ever made it out. Put up one the next day. There's like some algorithm that I don't understand. Put up one the next day. And it was not, I didn't think, a very good TikTok. And I come back in 2 hours later, it's at like almost 3,000 views. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, I'm fucking clueless, bro. What am I doing?
I don't know. I actually, same thing. The guy that I'm using right now, he helps me out. Like I give him timestamps and stuff, and he just edits a couple a week for me, just to take some, because for me it's time versus money. So I'm
for sure,
right now
absolutely.
I'm spending the money, and so he put one together, and I was like, this is it. This is the one. Like, and it was I'd had 150 views when I woke up the next morning. I'm like, what the hell is this algorithm? Like, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life on content. I'm like, this is my favorite. I'll walk off touchdown. I was freaking. It was just nothing. It was just died. I was like, oh my God, like, how does this thing work?
I don't know, man.
I don't understand, but
we gotta tap in with guys with like, because there's methods to it. Like, I don't know, like Chuflaka, he's got it under control. Like,
he's got it under control.
I think Up and Adam's got a little something going on there too. So I gotta, we'll have to figure out the algorithms. But
I don't know the glitches, but.
So we got some good Looch stuff coming up for Madden 22. As far as like the direction of your channel, obviously, like we said, like the first month of a new Madden is most fun time of the year. So obviously we're gonna be pretty well locked in there. Do you have 100%. Any like aspirations or things that you want to accomplish for yourself or for your channel outside of Madden 22, either after or maybe during, or do you think like you kind of want to focus up and double down on the Madden content and kind of ride that out? Where's your plans at for the channel?
I think Madden's always been my favorite game, but like I said, I transitioned a little bit to MLB for about a month and a half. Maybe it's been about 2 months now, just half Madden, half MLB. Like I said, this year, because of COVID, I was home the most and I played the most. And because I played so much, that's what not turned me away, but I was just burnt out. Like
right. You get sick of it eventually. Like
I'm riding the Madden train. Like we're going. This thing's chugging for Madden, because until I burn myself out again, maybe then it's just Madden. It's just what I love. It's just my favorite game. I'm going until at least, I think Madden usually not dies, but like the April, May, like
it fizzles.
time
It fizzles. Yeah. Once once the team starts like really looking at the next year more so than they're looking at this year, then you know the focus kind of shifts a little bit. So yeah, I know exactly the spot.
So I think we'll do that. But you know what? I actually I gave, listen, I'm no superstar on Twitch or anything, but I gave a lot of people advice in a sense that I think my favorite part to grow on Twitch was during July and August last year. Actually, that's probably when I gained my most followings, like per stream. Like, you get a few here and there, but there's still an audience of people that love Madden. And I once was, beginning of August. I think last year's game came out in September. It was late, right? Because of COVID or something like that.
Yeah, later. Yeah, I don't remember the specifics, but I think you're right.
Yeah, it was a little later, but in August I was playing Madden and the CFM games, and I was like, I'm the second person on the directory, and I have like 12 views or like 20 views at the time, maybe.
Right.
That's like and I was like, and I kept getting new people show up because there's an audience that still likes Madden, obviously, and that was probably my favorite time. That's why I'm saying like now, like in July, like, and even beginning of August, like I still love Madden, and I'm gonna go with it because it's just. Everyone wants to transition to something else, and there will still be people that want to watch it, and I want to have a little bit more eyes on me, like especially if you're starting, like if you're affiliate or something, like
the pond I guess gets a little bit smaller. You preempted what was going to be one of my next questions, actually, is just generally how you would advise someone who's trying to create a culture and create a channel. And I think for Madden, you're exactly right. In some of these, like you could call it like a dead time, like Madden's like dead season, but really just what it means as far as content creators is some of these guys are taking some time off, or they're resetting, or they're playing MLB 100%. Or something like that. So, and to your point, there's still this set of eyeballs that want to be Madden viewers, right? So if you put yourself in the kind of the right place at the right time, but do you have like even more than that, even beyond like just Madden, like from because I think you do it the right way. So I'd love to hear what you think as far as like creating the culture of your channel and the culture of your chat, and like what type of feelings you like to elicit from one of your streams. Like what's important to you in a Luch chat? So like for me, if I was asked that question, it might be making everyone, and I think you and I will be similar in a lot of these ways, like getting everyone as involved as I possibly can, and same as you, like showing respect to all your friends, and making sure everyone feels like they have a seat at the table. So I'm sure you would echo a lot of those. But what are the most important bits of your channel as far as like your culture and like what you try to you perpetuate when people are in there with you?
So I actually had I think when I was at not a lower point, but when I was not confident where I was with Twitch and stuff, I was thinking to myself, if there was a new viewer that came in or somebody new, like what do I provide to them? Like it's a hard question to ask yourself, and a lot of people don't
it is very much so, for sure.
So I was like, when someone comes to my stream and they want to throw me a Prime Gaming sub or whatever, like what can I bring to the table? And I think that's when I started transitioning a little bit more. I think I obviously, respect for me is number one, and a camaraderie of some sort. Like I just want to hang, like, just make new friends, meet new people, and, play a game that we all love and talk about the game and, give advice where I can, give some tips. Like that stuff I always did, but I kind of shifted a couple months ago to do either unique series that I've never seen online before, or something unique, not even giveaway wise. A lot of people do giveaways, but giveaways that are tied to my performances in game, and building unique teams that no one's ever seen before, like just not no one's ever seen before, but just wild combinations of people that things that people don't always watch, just because I'm just trying. Like I said, it kind of relates like to my upbringings. Like I want to be different in a sense, like I'm not like the same, so I'm using my characteristics to my advantage. I'm trying to use them to my advantage now. Like, okay, now I'm spinning a wheel and making a theme team of 25 every week. We've had like Jets, Eagles, and whatever, and like no one has that team. Like I just know it. Like there's just weirdos out there that are making these Bengals Jets hybrid like stuff. But
Yeah, man, I love that. The idea that like, you know, folks can get something like completely unique and different from like the experience of your streams. Like, you know, the NCAA stuff that I've been doing recently is like the same thing. It's like, you know, you could find a random assortment of theme teams or, you know, a Luch type of event night that you might not. Because you can find good gameplay anywhere. Like, you'll always be able to find better gameplay. Like, the same X number of ideas are out, and they're kind of beat to death, and you see them over and over again in different iterations. So it sounds like, you know, you kind of place a premium on being unique and individual, but not just for the sake of like being like outrageous or weird. More so in the case, you know, in the sense that offering something different, because then the pond is just you. It's not it's not a large pond of 1,000 people doing this one thing. It's just you.
Yeah, and then even in terms of content, like I know a lot of the bigger people, like, you know, I don't have the coins, I don't have the money to spend necessarily on getting the new card every week, because sometimes if you start that game, you always have to have the new guy, and you always gotta, you know. But I think even for myself, like, for content purposes, I'm using QBs that like nobody's using. Like, I'm using Zach Wilson, a 98 draft card. Like, I think maybe his brother is using his card, and maybe his mom, like
the family, maybe, like, couple of his teammates, maybe.
Yeah, like maybe those. Like, I'm trying to use, because I had the same team all year, trying to upgrade the team. I'm trying different cards, so that actually. I was just talking about it last week. It got my interest in Madden through the roof again, because I'm trying every game. I'm trying somebody new. Like, I've never used these guys. Like, that
it never feels the same. Like, you're never just settling into the same stuff over and over again.
It's not stale. So I think I'm gonna carry this on to, you know, 22 when I can, if I can, because it does take a lot of, you know, work to, because just picture taking all your chemistries off your players, repowering them up. Like, it takes it's just tedious work. Like,
right, for
annoying.
Sure.
But I hope to, you know, carry it forward and just make it like my Madden experience unique, instead of, you know, having the Randy Moss, the same, like, everybody's got the Randy Moss, the Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm just trying to differentiate a little bit, just because
keeps you engaged for a longer time too. Just gives 100%. You more. You know what I mean? Just gives you a bigger body of things to work through. So we're talking about, you know, the culture of your chat, and when earlier you mentioned that you had turned your viewers off.
Yes.
And I'm curious about that. I'm interested in what more you have to say about that. Why? What made you? I think I mean, I know what it looked like in my mind, like to me, you know, in your shoes as well, but I'm curious to hear a little bit more about that. Why did you do that, and has it helped you? Do you think turning it off was a dub for you?
Yes. Oh, a million percent. So I used to use Streamlabs, and it was kind of there, but I switched to OBS. But when I stream now, I use Stream Manager. Like, I read chat straight from Stream Manager. And there's like at the top, I'm looking at it now, it's like session, viewers, views, and you have an opportunity to turn it off. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure maybe you know, but right now, like, when I see my stream, I can see my subscribers, my followers, but my viewers just has a dash through it. And the reason that I like to do it is because I think we get worked up a lot in the numbers game, and I was definitely in it in the beginning, and I wouldn't say plateau, but I think in terms of average viewers, it kind of, for me, just stopped. Like, it didn't go down, it didn't go up, it kind of just stayed the same. And then that's when I was thinking to myself, like, how can I take this to the next level? And I said, you know what, instead of stressing over the numbers, like, oh wow, I'm at 11 right now, and you just, at the back of your mind, you know, I'm playing, but I'm looking, I see it, like,
totally.
And I think it was getting to me to a sense that I was just like, you know what, it was bothering me, and I want to focus on what I'm doing. Like, I want to have fun, and this is not my full-time job. This is a hobby for me. Like, I don't want to be stressed. If I'm stressed at all, like, you know, I took a couple of weeks off about 6 months ago, because not that it wasn't fun, but I felt like anxious pressing go live, and I was like, why is this I'm playing a freaking video game. Like, why,
it should feel good. It should feel good more so than create anxiety, I think.
Yeah. So I turned it off, and ever since I turned it off, like, you know, I check a stream summary maybe once a week now. Like, I'm gonna, like, if it shows up on my email, whatever, I'll check it out. Like, oh, how is this going? Because
But
I think honestly, I'm having more fun. It was the best decision I've ever made because I'm focusing on the chat. Like instead of looking there, I'm now looking at. I don't miss much of chat.
Right.
I'm putting my all into the gameplay. Like it's just even my sub counter. I used to have it on my screen here too. I kind of took it off. Like I said, if I go back to doing sub goals and stuff, like cool, maybe I'll put it back up. But I'm
Yeah.
just clean. I want to focus on entertainment and playing the game and talking to people like that. I just want to get to my roots and just
Yeah, I love
maybe
that.
we'll turn it on one day if it gets bigger and if you're trying to go for partner and stuff like that, maybe I'll turn it on so you can monitor it. But
Mhm.
I'm not at that point yet, so I think I'm just gonna rock with the content and just let it fly. Like it's just
Yeah, I love
I
that,
would
bro. It seems
recommend
to be
it.
like, it seems to be a recurring theme in these conversations that I've
Yeah,
had, on FENTALKS. This paradox
yeah,
between like, and I love the spot that you're at. Like, if ambitions or circumstances change, because like you said, like you got a life to live, you got a job, you got family
sure,
to take
yeah,
care of, you have stuff going on.
yeah.
So streaming serves a particular purpose for
That
you and
was
in
my
your life, you know
next
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah,
And I
for sure.
think from what you're saying, and it seems like probably taking that off of your mind and off of just
Yeah,
of your screen makes you a
exactly.
better showman. And it's this, the
Yeah,
paradox of you don't want to be too you don't want to be doing too much when you're excited that you have 50% more than you usually do. You don't want to be
yeah,
sad when you're looking at the thing and like
exactly,
chat's not
exactly.
moving that much and like you just like wish there was more bodies. So I admire that. I think that's the right call. Focus on the people who are in there. It makes you, I think,
Exactly.
an objectively better streamer to
Exactly.
redirect that focus. So I think
Yeah,
that's very well done.
and a cliche as well, but I mean I harp on it all the time is that for me, a lot of people, I respect everybody who's in the chat. Like if you're
Hmm.
lurking all day, that's obviously a huge positive. But
Hmm.
if you I have 5 people that are just actively chatting. Like I don't look at the viewer number in that sense because like I want to give those 5 people all of my attention. It's just how I am. There could be 40 in there and there could be the same 5 people chatting. Like
Right.
I'm not discrediting any lurkers. Like lurkers keep channels,
Yeah. Keep them
keep them
afloat.
keep
Shout out
them
to our
afloat. It's
lurkers. We
just
love them. Yeah. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
that's but I like the people that are taking their time because some people have work. I get it. Like I have streams up all the time and maybe I'll say good morning and then I have you in my ear, but I'm not chatting. But
Sure.
uh, just to have focus on your people that are chatting, and that's important. You want to somebody comes in your stream, you want to make them feel welcome. You do it best. Like you don't want to miss a message
Sure.
because you want to respect everybody that comes into your they're taking time out of your day to watch you. Like they're not.
Yeah.
You have to respect that. So
Agreed.
that's kind of why I just focus on who's in there, turn the viewer count off, chat with who I need to, and that's it. Have fun, right?
Yeah, man, I think that's huge. I think it is very likely a big boon to the quality of your stream and you
Yep.
as an entertainer. I think that's good stuff. All
Yeah.
right, I got the Canadian. Well, let me ask like the last like
Yeah.
legitimate question, and then I got Canadian questions. I need to know
Sure.
about
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
maple syrup experience, favorite type of poutine, like how you
Yeah. Yeah. I
snowshoe
got you. Yeah.
to and from. Is there anybody in Madden 22 that you are excited about the idea? If you could work with anybody, if you could collaborate with somebody, do a bundle battles
Sure.
with
Yeah.
somebody coming up in Madden 22. I think if I were asked the question, it would probably be just because I've told the story on stream before how he kind of helped birth hold up as the catchphrase. I would love to do something
Yeah.
with Popular Stranger. I could say same about
Yeah.
Scomo CC, guys like this, but
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
based on the guys that you enjoyed as you were kind of
Yeah.
coming up and now as a viewer now, is there anybody that you would really like to work with over Madden 22?
Besides, like, I don't. Obviously, our friends that we meet every
Sure,
day,
of
like,
course, right.
well, that's different. But I think the people that I love the most and I, watch the most and I respect the most, like Dubby for me, like, I wouldn't miss a stream because it's entertainment, like,
Top to
from the
bottom, yeah,
second you walk in to the second you leave. Like, I'm hooked. Like,
yeah.
he's awesome. And also, even Trumpet Monkey, I love the
Oh
way he
yeah,
entertains. Like, oh,
so good.
it's gold. It's gold. I
It
like
really is.
those people. They really take my mind away from everything because they're hilarious. They're funny people. They're entertaining. They whether you're good at the game, whether you're bad at the game, I'm hooked. Like I don't want to leave. Like if I can do a collab with somebody like those two gentlemen, that would be awesome. Like
they're kind of apart from your personal style of streaming. Separate an individual question.
Yes.
Are you like taking cues from anybody or like learning it? Do you find any streamers in the community that are more kind of along your style that are like, yeah, I could, more than just being entertained by this, like I feel like I could act, this kind of fits my brand, or like I would actually like to emulate this? Do you feel any of that?
In a sense, because I think, I mean, you know, I still get excited over the big plays and stuff like that.
Sure.
Always how I've been, but it's just it's almost like they put up just a good production. Like,
yeah,
from the music choices to but they're also, you know, they play the game well too. Like being competitive at the game too. Like I've
definitely
always
helps. Yeah.
too. Like
right.
it helps.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, they are different than me in a sense that maybe, you know, they're definitely more outgoing. They perform their shows a little differently than mine. But
sure.
I do definitely take tips from them to try to emulate them a little bit more, just because I think they're great. I can't stop watching them when they're streaming, and as a viewer, like I'm just looking at it as a viewer, like I would like to, if I like to watch that, I want to be that, because
right. Because if you enjoy it, then other folks are going to enjoy it too.
Yeah.
Without diverting
but without diverting from my character. Like I don't want to be who I'm not either.
Right, because then that doesn't work either. You could fold it in the parts that fit with your, you know, personality and the things that you think are important. But I agree, it's you can't, like, people pick if you're faking it, or if it's like too much, or it's just not you. You know what I mean? People will pick up on that.
Yeah. No, I've definitely emulated in a sense that, like, if I'm playing a challenge or whatever, football challenge, I've put on the eye black, hat backwards, hockey helmets, like that. That stuff I take from that for sure. But yeah, just like I said, if I can incorporate a little bit what they do into me a little bit more, I would be at the place where I'm super content.
Totally.
Yeah, so those are definitely a few people that I like. I enjoy them a lot.
That seems like the direction you're moving in, bro. All right, quick Canadian questions.
Yeah,
poutine. You got varieties of poutine. Murphy D put me on that. He learned me about cheese curds, and then Up and Adam said that if you had a choice of available poutines, he's leaning pulled pork poutine. You got any of these special poutine daddios that you lean? You're at, I don't know where y'all eat poutine, at a diner. I don't know if you could just get it anywhere. Where are we leaning? Specialty poutine. What is Luch ordering?
There's a place, it's called Smokes Poutinery. It's like
a poutinery?
Yeah, it's legit.
You did not. You said that.
Yes.
You did? It's a poutinery?
I said it. Yes, it's true.
Well, that spell check. If I tried to spell,
I don't know how to spell it either. Don't ask. Just I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Let me see if it spell checks me. A poutinery?
Yeah, it's for real. That's a thing.
Wow.
That's a thing. I found the glitch. When I went to school, it was attached to our school. So once a week, I'd try something new.
You had a poutinery attached to your school?
Yes,
bro.
On campus. Yes.
That sounds nuts. That actually sounds nuts.
It's dangerous though, because the ones that I get are not just gravy and fries and cheese curds. Like the pulled pork one was my favorite until I found one with I don't know if you're like. It's like a mixture. It's almost like a hamburger. It's hamburger dressed poutine. So there's like beef, mushrooms, peas, and
you said mushrooms and peas? Oh, yeah. I was thinking burger. Like I was thinking like, okay, like beef, and then they got like, I don't know, tomato, onion, and make the thing kind of look like a Big Mac type of vibe.
They call it the burger poutine, but I don't know why. Now that I think about it, now that I'm thinking, like, no one puts peas in their burger. I don't know why they even said that.
Yeah, it sounds like Cappington a little bit to me. If you're gonna,
it sounds a little cap, but no, it's literally called like hamburger poutine. Like that was on the menu, what it was called.
Okay.
And it's so like. But the cheese curds, I know they've talked about it. It's not. They gotta be like rubbery and squishy. It's different. It's different here.
You guys are wild.
We're weird.
Your hamburger your burger dressed poutine's got peas and mushrooms on it.
Yeah, it's
what
weird.
planet are you guys living on, bro? Oh my god! They
have everything from veggie to pulled pork to they have it all. Like whatever you eat, you can find somewhere that they put something in there. But the cheese curds
I'm a
and
big
fries.
fry guy, bro. I could eat fries every day and indefinitely. I don't think all you can eat fries, if they're good, is a death sentence for me. I need to not ever come across all you can eat fries because I literally just can't help myself.
You got your New York fries, right? You guys. Like,
yeah, I don't think my fries are regional though. New York fries? I mean, what are we talking?
There's a place here.
You said New York fries. What are New York fries?
It's a chain. Like I thought it was a big chain. I thought it was in the US, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's called New York fries?
Yeah, it's called New York.
Now somebody
fries.
check in. Do we have East Coast regional fries? Somebody in the chat check in, let me know.
It says New York Fries, the Canadian quick service restaurant that mainly serves French fries, hot dogs, poutine, 120 locations in Canada. Okay, so I just confirmed it's Canadian.
Okay, and they just said New York fries. I mean, I would assume like, I don't know, like a New York pizza spot, maybe. So
you can get whatever, like your fries or whatever, but they have a period. It's like, you know how they have these days, like, you know, pizza day, fry day, like I don't know how whatever. I don't know.
Right, whatever it is.
Day. But when they have fry day, it's a day where you spend whatever 15 fried. It's $15 and you can go back multiple times, as much as you want. It's all you can eat fries. You can just load those daddies and just keep going.
Oh, buddy.
I'm not joking. That's a real thing.
I'm a little bit aroused right now. It's getting hot in here. Is it warm?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
You get the equivalent of a bucket of large fries, or not a bucket, a thing of large fries at McDonald's, and you go back, you spend, because the fries there, whatever, $7 for a large or whatever.
Yeah.
You spend 15, but for the whole day, for 24 hours, I can keep going. They do it once a year. The lineup is huge. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I would be all over that. All right. I'm thinking if
wild.
if these restrictions ever get eased up, I think we might need to make a Friday appearance, make myself sick off of carbohydrates, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
I love all the chats, dude. They're spamming the nut.
Nut. I'm gonna soundboard that today, man, expeditiously. So they did definitely get that soundboarded.
At my school, where my school was, where the college was, it was about a less than 5-minute drive. It was it was inside a mall, and I don't know if they've done it in the last few years, but there was a good period of time where they just 24 hours, just go nuts, eat your fries.
That's dope. Yeah, I could definitely get involved with that. And then the other Canadian question I was asking, the most expensive maple syrup and that you've ever encountered, whether you ate it or just saw it, and what were the circumstances around the most expensive maple syrup daddy-o?
So we bought it.
You bought it? You bad.
You had. It's just one of those things you look at it and like, how good could this be? I need to buy it.
Okay.
Your typical whatever, your table syrup, like I don't know what brands you guys have. I don't know if they're different, but whatever, $5, $6, whatever.
Yeah, right.
These things are like $20, $25 to $30 in probably a similar container. Like
triple, quadruple the price.
It's ridiculous. Like. Never mind. You could start a maple syrup business here and be a rich man. Like you can be very well off if you have the trees.
Okay, was it worth the purchase though? Was it worth the price of admission? Was this nectar of the gods or what?
Yeah, but it's not for everybody though. You either love it or you hate it. There's no.
Wait, hold on. Does maple syrup get like I don't know? Does it pick up like other characteristics as it gets like expensive and more pure? Does it get like more? It does. The taste changes.
Yes, 100%. If I blindfolded you and I gave you your store or whatever, and I gave you this, it's night and day.
Is that so?
It's night and day, 100%.
Is it better though?
For me, yes. For me,
okay.
Personally, I do, but I don't buy it because I don't, I'm not down to drop $25, $30 every.
Yeah, no, for your pancake stuff. Yeah, no, I don't think I would either.
But even at the restaurants and stuff, they serve you they don't serve you the premium stuff. Like they're just not going to. It's too much. But
what changes about it? Does it get like, I don't know, bitter or gamey or sweeter or like what?
It's tough to explain, but I was gonna say it's maple-ier, if that's a word.
It is now.
It is a little bit sweeter, but it's more texture. It's
okay. A little more viscous, like a little more syrupy.
That's the word I was. Yes.
Yeah, I got you. English in a channel.
I didn't want to use mapley and syrupy in the same.
Right, breath is viscous. But, we got it eventually.
But it's different. Yeah, the viscosity is different, and it's a little bit sweeter. But you'd have to taste it to understand the emotions you go through when having this.
Are you just putting this on your everyday like French toast, or do you got to be like, is this like a certain situation that you're whipping out this table at this syrup at rather?
This has got to be your mother's 50th birthday. You don't pull this out for your regular pancakes. Like
okay, it's not like a weekday breakfast type of vibe then.
No. Okay. And if you're hungry, you gotta have it after you've eaten a little bit, and you gotta have it in the middle or at the end. Because if you can devour this maple syrup like.
Like if you're taking Johnny Walker Blue, like you're not getting a cup of Johnny Walker Blue. It's gonna be a little sniff of it, like same type of deal.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a shot of this maple syrup. Like you gotta appreciate this taste. For me, but there's people that hate it. Like I bet you if you asked Adam or Murphy, they would say it's disgusting or they love it. It's not like it's okay. There's no in between.
I'm pretty sure it was Murphy that exposed himself. He's like, I'm not like that like big of like a syrup guy, and I was like, bro, you know this. I'm gonna put at least 15 people are gonna watch this on YouTube, right? So I mean, are you sure you want to say that, dude? You might get a dozen eyes on this part, and you might want to bail out expeditiously. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, sometimes he's a fake Canadian. He could be a fraud at times. He doesn't like Canadian stuff.
Clip it. Let him know. I'm snitching. Tell Murphy D. Somebody alert Murphy D.
Yeah, I think we went out. When we went out, he's like, I hate hockey.
Yeah.
I hate maple syrup, and I hate Canadian bacon. I was like, what do you? I said, what do you
like?
Like?
Shh, bro. Well, there's people around us. There's in public, bro. Relax.
Oh man, yeah. It was funny because we had a good laugh because he doesn't like it all because I'm a big hockey guy.
Right.
I'm a big maple syrup, big bacon
Canadian's
guy.
Canadian. You're a Canadian's Canadian.
I'm a Canadian's Canadian.
But that's what I'm talking about.
He's Americanized a little bit.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it's okay. We got room for both of you at the table anyway.
That's funny.
Bro, Loochington, man, this keeps happening, man. I keep like setting out that I'll be like, okay, I'll make sure I'll get these guys in and out under an hour. We're like creeping up on an hour fit in here, and bro, I feel like a massive success. Like I set out to learn a little bit more about you, and I feel like we were able to do that from the super competitive soccer roots, also an ice hockey player. We got to learn about the wrist injury and kind of the surgery that wound up setting you back a little bit. We learned about your origin story and kind of how like it was Adam's brother that you were first hanging out with, and like Adam, same way, like your father being a Cowboys fan, so you get a little bit of the pass on that. Finance guy after college, and you've recently switched it up a little bit, and you're doing something that you're even more happy and maybe suited to you. And I mean the direction of the channel is up, like specifically you hired the editors, so we're looking out for a lot of Madden 22 specific content. We can tap in with Luch on TikTok there as well, man. Learned a little bit about the culture, your chat, and what you feel is important. Maybe we see you link up with W or somebody like this in Madden 22 also, man. Bro, what a success, man. Do you, brother, have anything that you'd like to leave the congregation with here? Because I know you said you got off today. I made you wait before we hopped on, which made me feel like a dickhead. And now I also know that you got the PS5 secured and ready to go, but you've just been so busy with life circumstances. So
I'm
I feel like
it up right now.
I gotta put a foot in your behind on the way to that PS5, brother. But do you have anything that you'd like to leave the chat with, man, to send us off here, brother?
Yeah. Well, first I gotta thank you for definitely having the Canadians ending off the Canadian week. I hope strong.
My pleasure, dude. I think you crushed it, man. I think you brought that thing right around third. I think you crushed it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I also gotta thank the congregation. Obviously, you guys make my morning every morning when I jump in. Everybody's great. They always stop to say hi.
Hell yeah.
No, everybody's got to make sure they say hi to everybody. Everybody checks each other in, grab their seat, and I hope we can let's keep the show going. Let's keep it going. I'm ready. I'm ready to see your greatness in 22 as well, and let's kill this thing.
Hell yeah, right, Luch, man. The show goes on, brother. Thank you again, man, I know a guy as busy as you, and anybody's time is, but, especially when you're as busy as you are, it's super valuable, man, and I appreciate you taking some of it for me. It was an absolute pleasure to get to know a little bit more about you, bro. You're handsome as ever. Cannot wait to see what you do in 22. I have been Fend. This has been Luch. Man, maintain intensity. Be better than your opponent. And I will catch you guys on the next Fend Talks Canada week. An absolute success. Luch, you're a legend, bro.
Beautiful. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.